There's a good chance right now that what you're doing is actually hurting your music career instead of helping it.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan Votzek, your virtual artist development coach. To learn more, go to lionbold.com or follow lionbold on Instagram. Today we're going to talk about how to build consistency in your music career. And I'm talking about consistency in content, whether it's on social media or YouTube, because we all know that consistency is the most important thing when it comes to building an artist brand. And if you show up sporadically, if you just post a music video 1 month and then don't follow up with any content until your next music video 4 months later, that isn't building the environment for a good brand or good audience growth. So we're going to talk about how to build consistency in your content practically, because I'm an artist too. I'm actually coming out with some music soon. I'm working on 2 songs with some great producers, and I'm thinking about this a lot. I'm thinking about my release strategy. I'm thinking about my Spotify strategy. By the way, if you want to download my Spotify strategy guide, it's in the description, so go ahead and take that if you want. But before all of that, I need to make sure that I'm producing content regularly at a base level. All of the promotion that I'm doing on top of that is great and it's important, but the base level content, the consistent content that I just do day in and day out is really what truly builds my artist brand, not just one-off promotions. So if any of you guys are releasing music soon, let me know in the comments. I want to hear what your main focus is for your release strategy, but let's dive into consistent content for the rest of this video. So point number 1, I heard this great tip while listening to a speaker at a creators convention, and the tip is to focus on the titles of your content and not necessarily the contents of your content. I'm an artist too. I'm also running this Lionbold YouTube channel. Basically, I'm doing double duty right now. I'm running 2 sets of socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm running 2 YouTube channels. Basically, I feel like I'm always behind on content. And I know some of you are running your music career and running the careers of other artists. I know some of you are building your own music label and you're doing the same double duty that I am. And so consistency is the big struggle. And this specifically, relates better to YouTube videos and emails, because if you're posting on Instagram, maybe a title isn't so applicable, right? Because it's just photos. But let's just take YouTube, for example. Thinking of the title will give you the rest of the content later, okay? So when you're brainstorming your content strategy and you have to come up with a video a week, or you're trying to keep up on your mailing list, write a list of titles that are going to inspire you in the moment. And that way you could plan ahead and you could have a cue of everything you're going to write or you're going to film about, and that will help you keep the consistency, especially when you're trying to keep your content fast paced. Alright, tip number 2. I actually figured this out while watching some Cody Co videos. He's a great YouTuber on the site, so you should check him out. And what I noticed with his videos, and this is no way a bash, is that his videos are actually inconsistent as far as look. And so you might notice that this video actually looks different than my past videos. And that's because I have a pile of papers right here on my desk. It's just a pile of junk that I've been writing lots of notes, lots of songwriting notes. And I just didn't feel like cleaning off my desk. And I didn't want cleaning my desk to get in the way of making a great video for you guys. And when I'm watching Cody Co's videos, I noticed that, hey, if he's in his living room, he'll make a video. If he's in his bedroom, he'll make a video. If he's in his kitchen and he's on his kitchen table, he'll make a video. And so what I'm learning from him is that I just need to lose the self-consciousness of my sense of quality, because really, when I'm talking to you guys, the quality is in the content of what I'm saying, not necessarily how well lit it is or whether you could see all the cool studio gear behind me. This is definitely a more plain frame here, but I didn't want this mess on my desk to get in the way of making content. And so that's something I'm trying to overcome myself. And it's something that I think artists should overcome too. Don't be afraid to flip your phone into video mode and film yourself playing music. If you're a musician, you have to showcase your talents. It's one of the biggest ways new fans are going to connect with you immediately if they see that you're talented and they're impressed with what you're doing and they like your voice, etc. That will never happen if you never filmed that video in the first place. It doesn't matter what your hair looks like. I clearly need a haircut. That's actually stopped me from filming in the past. Or it doesn't matter what clothes you're wearing or what it looks like in the background. Just lose all that and create some consistency, because your fans are going to fall in love with you and all your quirks, and they're going to love your voice and your music. And that's what creates a true fan, not necessarily the superficial aesthetics that really don't matter in the long run. And lastly, tip number 3 for building consistency in your content is to keep your follower and the viewer in mind. When you're writing that email or creating that YouTube video or even typing that caption on an Instagram post, think of the recipient of that post. The reason being is that when you have a me mentality, there's really no reason for your follower to do one of the most important things that anyone can do online, and that is to share your content. Let's think about the psychology of sharing. People share content in order to make them look cool, not necessarily to show the world how cool you are. Of course, there are exceptions to this if you're a ridiculously popular artist and you have super fans that would literally die for you. But for us normal people, we have to understand the emotions that cause people to share. And the emotions behind sharing are amusement, awe, and anger. Now, we don't really want people to get angry around your music brand unless if you're super involved in social issues. So let's just focus on awe and amusement. The videos and content that you make should highlight your talents in a way where if someone shares it, they look cool because of how talented you are, not because of how much you're trying to talk up your music or how legit you're trying to be as an artist. Just be yourself, be transparent, don't put on a facade. It's going to actually hurt your artist branding in the long term. And it'll make better content for your fans to share and not feel so dirty about sharing something, because you're just being genuine and you're sharing your genuine talents, and people love that. They eat it up. Another way to keep the viewer in mind is by actually helping them. That's what I'm trying to do with this channel. I could just talk about my music all the time on the channel, or I could just talk about all the cool people I know, but at the end of the day, it's not really going to be helpful to you guys. So I'm better off using my connections to give you guys value, or using my music industry experience to give you actionable tips to actually help you release music too. That's what I've done with my channel to keep the viewer in mind. You absolutely do not need to turn your channel into a tips channel like I have, but still creating content that's helpful, maybe sharing stories that are deeply personal but will help your fans go through whatever struggles they're going through, or even sharing content that's amusing and that's just going to give them a really great time. It's truly going to give them value, and they're going to stick around because your content will feel like a perfect fit. Now, if you're interested in getting more artist development for your music career, I highly recommend checking out the Indie Music Academy, which is Lionbold's program specifically for independent musicians. The program is a video course with downloadable documents and action steps where you can literally follow along, complete the homework, and make huge headway in your music career in regards to building an audience, monetizing your music to earn an income, as well as management strategies to self-manage your career, just in case if you're feeling stuck and you don't know what to do next. If you have any questions about the Indie Music Academy, just drop a comment below and I'd love to answer any of your questions, or click the link in the description where you can learn all about the course. Once again, I'm Ryan Vocek, your virtual artist development coach, and thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.